the Sports Dynasty Podcast. I'm Trevor. This is Juan. And before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartradio, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Play Radio, at Podcast Dynasty on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook. Our Facebook group is up and running and popping. Check us out. And on Instagram at Sports Dynasty Podcast. That being said, the NBA Finals is done. We get to recap a pretty interesting series. The Los Angeles Lakers have won their 17th NBA title overall over the Miami Heat. Sorry. It's okay. Which ties the Boston Celtics for the most NBA titles of all time. Which is okay. It's no big deal. And
to some Boston fans, it is a big deal.
Yes, to a lot of Boston fans, it's a big deal, but they need to get over it because Danny Ainge needs to do his job. But that's neither here nor there. And for a lot of you haters out there, LeBron James is a champion for the fourth time.
40%.
4 out of 10, which is incredible because most of you people, your favorite player hasn't won a ring, so you know.
Something almost slipped, huh?
Yeah, something almost slipped, and I had to really catch myself. I really thought we was in the hood somewhere. But I was about to violate.
Oh, we're not actually, right? We're not in the hood.
Yeah, we're not actually. So I almost thought we was in the Bronx somewhere.
I don't know what you're gonna say.
Yeah. But anyway, yes, LeBron.
We shouldn't have had that conversation before we started.
We should have. Yeah.
Oh well,
yeah. LeBron and the Lakers are now champions. And Anthony Davis is a champion. Rondo's a 2-time champion. And
I love Rondo.
J.R. Smith has the same amount of rings as the New York Knicks.
He does. Why you said that? Man.
First of all, do you see J.R. Smith celebrating?
He was the first one to grab the damn trophy.
Yeah, he had his shirt off, everything. And I'm like, yo, bro, you didn't do nothing in this damn series. Like, he was literally, when they asked him, they had the I think it was the Louis Vuitton bag, something.
The Louis Vuitton box.
Yeah, box in there, and he was like, grabbed it, and I think someone in the Lakers said, yo, bro, you need to chill out, bro. You're doing too much right now. So he was like, he grabbed the finals trophy, like, yeah, man, yeah. I'm like, bro, you did nothing. You are the equivalent of someone, a group project doing a science project. You didn't do nothing, and you just put your name on the things, like, you'll figure it out, put the name on it. Got the A.
I've done that.
I have to, but this is the NBA championship, so like, that's even here said.
You think LeBron K? Okay.
Other than that, yeah. So what else are we missing here? Yeah, Frank Vogel, who was also rookie head coach, for his first year with the Lakers.
I'm about to say not a rookie head coach.
Yeah, first year with the Lakers gets the ring. Yeah, and I bet you a lot of people are pissed off about this. LeBron Haters.
Before we get over there, I know where this is going. Let's actually go through the entire series instead of doing that narrative. That's going to change the whole show. So let's just go with actual ball, actual court stuff, and then we can go ahead and start making fun of everything that we're about to do.
Sure.
No, what we're all about.
Yeah, of course.
So game 1, if I'm not mistaken, game 1 was an ass whooping.
Yes.
And that was the game that both Dragic and I believe Adebayo went down.
Yeah.
Game 2, I believe, was also an ass whooping. Might have taken longer than the first one. So the thing that happened there, like the injuries, does it really affect how the series went? To me, no. Not really. I was wrong about this series, even though I was right about how long it went.
I was wrong. I thought it was going to get swept or 5 games minimum. I was wrong about that.
I said 6 and it went 6, but I was wrong about it. They actually didn't pose any threat to Los Angeles Lakers at all. No. I thought they would pose a little because they're tough, they're physical. I thought they'll give them a little bit of a thing, but I underestimated the dog that Anthony Davis actually does have. He's tough. He's been hurt the entire series and beat him up on one leg and gave him the work. I mean, he's supposed to, because who the hell was going to defend him? But he still did it. So I give him a lot of credit for a lot of props for that. The fact that Jimmy Butler is the only playmaker they have, period, in there. Tyler Hero's a baby. Literally has his baba, and he was in the freaking finals. Duncan Robinson is just a glorified, dumbed-down Klay Thompson. A very dumbed-down Klay Thompson.
The memes were just terrible.
Oh my god.
Oh my God, bro.
He's a better catch and shoot player than Klay Thompson. Call me when Duncan Robinson scores 60, period, but scores 60 on 4 dribbles. Come tell me that, and then we can have a discussion.
In 3 quarters.
Yeah. Yeah.
In 3 quarters. Remember,
My
quarters,
bad.
Yeah.
I forgot about that part.
You see how Klay
Thompson is just ridiculous.
Beasley.
I don't. I thank God that he's in my team. But yeah.
When they said that, I'm like, yo, these people don't know basketball. They just trolling. They don't know basketball.
Yeah, I know. They don't.
That's terrible.
60 and 4 dribbles. How you score 60 and 4 dribbles?
3 quarters. Imagine playing all 4 quarters. He could score 90.
Like, it's.
Mind you, he scored 60 points and they were only up by like 10 points. Like
everybody was feeding him the ball. You know when Klay Thompson gets hot, that's it. It's a wrap. You lose because he's not going to miss. He's the best like heat check human torch player I've ever seen. If he gets hot, it's over. You lose.
And then on defense, he just locks you up.
He locks you up. He's a beast. He's a great player. I love him.
Super beast. Like,
again, I thank the heavens that he's in my squad. But anyway. Who else am I forgetting? Jay Crowder sucks. He's just there because he's huge. Like he's like 6'6", but at least he's like 260, so he got the girth. But he sucks. He can't hit a shot to save his life. He can't do anything right. Who am I forgetting the team? Kendrick Nunn didn't play until like game 4. I feel like like he was second in rookie of the year and he barely played a lick of the playoffs.
Isn't Andre Iguodala a LeBron stopper?
Oh yeah, I forgot when they said that until LeBron actually beat the ever-loving crap out of him.
Yeah, I remember that too. Yeah.
I mean, he is a little old, but it just goes to show that it is impossible to stop LeBron with one person. It's also impossible to stop him with 15 because Golden State tried 5 times and they couldn't stop him either of those times. They just beat him, but they couldn't stop him. Like, this man is unstoppable. But again, we're going towards that narrative. We're going to get there. We're going to give LeBron all the credit in a minute.
Yes.
We're going to continue with the actual play. But the Miami Heat, which is what boggles me about Boston. We'll get to Boston in a minute. It boggles my mind how they didn't beat Miami. But Miami is a heavy pick and roll offense. They run almost their entire offense through pick and roll. And the Lakers stopped that every time, except the times that they lost. And it still took everything. It still took Jimmy Butler with Michael Jordan-esque performances to win. When it takes that, you know you can't beat that team. But Lakers took away the pick and roll when they won, and it was it. They couldn't move, they couldn't score, they couldn't move. Nobody can create their own shot. Nobody can finish like that. Nobody can do anything. It's just Jimmy Butler doing Jimmy Butler things. And I give him much credit too. He proved this in those entire playoff run that he's a winner.
Yeah.
He's a winner.
Yes.
He's not a superstar or anything like that. I don't think he will ever be that. But I would say if there's a borderline, he's borderline. He proved that to me. And that if you put him in a winning situation, he's going to ball out and give you everything. He's a winner. So all that Philly stuff and all that Timberwolves crap that was going on, leave him alone. If you ever blame him about that, leave him alone. I mean, he was kind of hoaxy a little bit in some of those. Like he didn't handle it the best way.
And you know, and even though he didn't handle it the best way, I still don't fault him for that anyway. Because at least
too. Yeah, I agree.
He's the only one in Chicago who wanted to win. He was the only one in Minnesota he wanted to win.
Yeah, Cat.
And in Philly was just so complacent with just being there. Like, listen, he wants to win. And then how you chose Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler says a lot about your organization. That's another story.
And Brand, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know how Elton Brand's still the GM. I don't know how he got the job, what qualifies to be a GM, but that's either there. But yeah, it's a dog. That's what you want in your team. And Miami definitely got their return on investment on this season, what he did for them. Mm-hmm. No one's expecting Miami to go all the way to the finals.
Nope.
And I know you're going to go with the Celtics, talk about the Celtics in a minute, and I have a feeling I know what you're going to say, and I agree 100%. I already know what you're going to say. 100%.
No, then go ahead then.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how did this Miami team, who had problems, the same problems they would have had against the Celtics, they beat them. The Lakers overpowered them or matched them, not even close. The Celtics have a lot more, have a pretty decent big men. They have Tice, he was there. You know what I'm saying? They have it. I just don't know how they wasn't able to outmuscle them the way the Lakers did. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't want to say the Celtics quit. I don't want to say that. I just sort of say that they caught them slipping and the moment was too big for them. It was like, I felt like they not gave up, but they felt like, we're defeated. We're not going to get it out of here. They got us. And it's like you can see the only person.
There's more to that though.
There's the only person, and the Marcus Smart plays hard out. Like he always does. He's like some dog too. But I don't know. It bothers me because I'm like, yo, the Celtics should have been in the finals this year. If they should have been, the fact that Miami beat them, it's just a lot. It's just a lot going on. Like, listen, it's ridiculous.
It's the fact that they only played an elementary school style defense and you couldn't stop it. They only use one type of play to score and you couldn't stop it. Like isn't Brad Stevens supposed to be this genius? Like what's going on? I don't understand.
This genius term is very, very.
You know what I'm saying? Like what? Come on, you have more than enough pieces to beat them. Yeah. More than enough. I'm not saying you're supposed to smack them up. No, even though you kind of supposed to, because 3 out of it went 5 games, right?
6 games.
So 6 games. Like 4 out of like the 6 games, you were beating the hell out of them.
Yeah, and just blew leads.
Yeah.
Like I said before, I said before that Brad Stevens was outcoached by Nick Nurse in the Toronto series, and he was outcoached by Spoelstra in the Miami series. It's like, yo, I look at a coach, but sometimes he just gets in over his head and just does too much. I'm like, yo, what you doing, bro? Like, there's no reason why you couldn't stop. Mind you, they stole 2 games from the Lakers. Let's be honest, they stole 2 games from them because Jimmy Butler says you're not going to beat us.
I'd say game 3, the Lakers gave it to them. They had no business losing that game. If that's the game I'm thinking of, they had no business losing that game. But they were down, I think, twice by double digits. Lakers. Yeah. They came back 2 times, and then they just played lackadaisical the entire 4th quarter and let Miami take it away. I don't know why they did that, especially how the injuries were piling up for them. I don't know why that was very ridiculous. I mean, it doesn't matter now, but ridiculous. And game 5, though, that was all time though, all epic game. Game 4 and 5 was ridiculously good. Those were the 2 games to me that felt like a finals. I'm just like, oh, like going crazy going. Like those 2 games were great. Game 5. Oh no, it's infamous. I forget. That's the Danny Green miss game, right?
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, we need to talk about that. See, he's so bad. He better not be in our Lakers team. I mean, as a Golden State fan, I wish he would stay in that team. It'll help me a lot. But he's so trash. Jesus, Lord have mercy. People are gonna talk about how LeBron should take the last shot, and I don't entirely disagree. But when you have 2 or 3 people in your face, it's kind of hard to get a good shot off. You know what I'm saying? Like
my goodness.
Yeah, like what do you expect him to do? Like that's kind of ridiculous.
First of all, LeBron was in a lose situation anyway. Had he passed it off to Danny Green and then he made the shot, and that would clinch the championship right there.
They would have saved. He saved them, right?
Oh, he saved them. Or let's say he would have shot over 3 people that missed, or he's being selfish. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. So, you're 100% right.
So LeBron, best bet would have to make that ridiculous shot over 3 people, 4 or 5 people, because he was like the whole team was all over.
Yeah, almost the whole Miami, because they knew that Danny was gonna miss. He's garbage, and nobody was around the vicinity. And then the 3 went to LeBron, and I guess 2 went to Davis, because they gambled. So he made the right play. It was the right play.
Of course,
gave it to Danny Green. The right play in the sense that he needed to dish off to a 3-point shooter. The wrong play in the sense that Danny Green was that shooter. He had no business being in that lineup to begin with. He's trash.
The fact that he was wide open and they say, yo, shoot that. You make it. If you make it, then you make it. But you're not going to make it.
Like, but goodbye. It should have been, the lineup to me should have been Rondo, Kuzma, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. That should be their 5. Their closing 5, it should be them. Rondo has been nothing short of a genie the entire playoffs. He was absolutely sensational. I figured he will be. Rondo likes to play in those type of games. So
Rondo,
exactly right.
Yeah, you should call him playoff Rondo, not bum ass playoff P.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Word. Contavious Caldwell-Pope showed up pretty big in a lot of these games. Of course, he had the game 1, I believe, what's the first round? Portland, when he shot like 1 for like 9 or some bull like that, and he had another stinker. Out of those 2 games, he's played pretty decent to very well throughout the entire playoffs. So he deserves to be in the closing lineup. Plus, you need the 3-point stroke. And then Kuzma actually showed up pretty much almost the entire playoffs too. A lot of these role players that everybody swore that Lakers didn't have. That was the narrative that the whole season and like the whole bubble. That Lakers had no role players, was only 2 people, and everybody else was garbage. Well, a lot of them showed you, huh? A lot of them went like this to y'all, huh? They showed up pretty well. So they both deserve to be in there. Like Kuzma really gave a good 12 to 14 efficient points every game. He was wonderful in this playoff stretch. And he improved a lot on defense. So the only Laker that the Lakers drafted, even though he's a second round pick taken from Chicago, I believe, besides Lonzo and DeAndre Russell and the other people that he drafted they're not there anymore. He's the only one that worked out, apparently. The only one LeBron liked, at least. So that should have been the lineup, both defensively and offensively, because on defense they had that same lineup with the next perpetrator, who to me gets more blame than anybody else, Mr. Morris. I always forget that name. Is it Markieff?
That's all Markieff.
Yeah, that one. Why he's in the closing seconds, I do not understand at all. I assumed it's because of rebounded, which he did get. He did get the rebound. Too bad what he did right after the rebound was the dumbest thing I've seen since J.R. Smith in 2018. So he had no business being there. And then the play before that, which gave Jimmy Butler it was a go-ahead layup or go-ahead free throws. I don't remember. One of the two. Either way, Jimmy Butler scored 2 points to ice the game. Before that infamous miss, he was the one that messed up the switch on LeBron. He was the one that messed up the defensive assignment that allowed... Oh, it was a foul because Anthony Davis had to come out of nowhere and foul him. So yeah, I was on Markieff Morris. They go look at that play. He was the one that messed up the switch. LeBron turned around like, right at him. He shouldn't have been in there to begin with. So Frank Vogel gets blamed for that. Danny Green, you garbage. And Markieff Morris gets the most blame to me from all of that. Mind you, when he got that rebound, KCP was behind them open. And LeBron was doing the Macarena on the other side, wide open, who hit, I believe, 4 out of 5 threes in that game? If I'm not mistaken, would have finished the game and they gave it to him. So it is what it is for that one. I know that's old news that happened last week, whatever. But that was what was wrong with it. But Miami played a heroic game in Game 5 and deserved to win that game 100%. And that's the one that they actually stole and took from Lakers. I believe the Lakers gave the first loss and Miami took the second loss. Get to them. That's what I think. I don't remember Game 2 at all. I'm pretty sure it was a beating. And then Game 6, whoa. Talk about a defensive masterpiece. Mm-hmm. That was, you could literally, if you want to teach people defenses, watch that game. They were absolutely sensational. Again, took away that pick and roll, and Miami couldn't do a damn thing about it. Plus, they rushed in going Dragic thinking that they had to, and he would just shut himself. He had no reason being in the game. They had a better shot having Kendrick on 1 point or something. But when you're down 3-2 and you took 2 games and you have a chance, you got to go watch your rollers. I don't blame them putting in Dragic, but it was a little dangerous. So overall, the finals was, I don't want to say it's at how I expected, because I was wrong in the overall aspect of it. But it went 6 games. Miami did give them a little bit of a fight because that's how they are. They probably shouldn't have been in the finals, and to be 100% honest, based on how that Lakers team just gelled more than anyone else, I don't think the Celtics had much of a chance either. They would have most likely lost probably the same way. Maybe give a little bit more of a fight, but I think it would have lasted the same amount of games. And they would have lost to Lakers. Lakers was going to win this title no matter what. I said that since last July. So, July of 2019. It was obvious. There was nobody that's going to stop those two together. I think AD was probably the best fit superstar that LeBron's ever had. Even more so than Dwayne Wade. Even Dwayne Wade was just like God. But they complement each other too well. It's literally a match made in heaven. So there was no one that could stop him at this point. Even the dumb bum-ass Clippers had no shot. So, yeah. So now let's make fun of LeBron haters. No, you can go ahead if you want to start it.
Where do we begin? Now, I'm letting you know right now, when it comes to LeBron off the field, that's a whole other story. I
still have things to say about that too.
I have something to say about that too. Because when it comes to his political views, I don't mess with him. I think he's a hypocrite with that part. That has nothing to do with that. On the court, he said in this point in the ceremony, he said he wants his damn respect. And I'm like, as much as people not gonna like to hear that, I'm like, well, he's right. What does LeBron have to do to appease y'all?
The answer is nothing, because it'll never happen.
Of course. Because it doesn't make sense to me. The level of difficulty, right? He's literally improved every single team he's been on. Every single team's been on.
Even Miami. You remember Miami was garbage before he got there. They were missing playoffs and all. So come on now.
And when they did make the playoffs, they got beat by the Celtics. Miserably. Bad. They got beat by the Celtics. So it's maybe him earlier. The point is, and every time he leaves the team, they completely collapse. Look at Cleveland, for example. Cleveland made the same mistake twice. You think that Cleveland made the same mistake twice, and they got a championship out of it, but this Cleveland is still trying to find a way now. Think LeBron. Miami.
They're a garbage franchise.
Miami. Dwayne Wade told LeBron, yo, take over the team. This is your team. People that, oh, that's the Wade team. No.
Never know.
If LeBron doesn't go to Miami and Dwayne Wade and Bosh are not winning championships in Miami.
I don't even know if Bosh would have went there.
No.
Because I know he signed first, I believe.
Yeah, he signed first, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure they already planned to go together, so that's why that happened.
Well, originally, it wasn't Carmelo Anthony, but Carmelo Anthony was being a complete dick and didn't want to take. He wanted the money. He was like, yo, it was an opportunity for him to go to Miami with Carmelo and D-Wade, and he said, nah, I want the money. And I feel bad for him because
that's why he's a loser.
But it's true. But let's read. Like, I understand what I'm saying. It's like, yo, what does he have to do? Like, he's gone to the 3 different teams, won a finals there. People say, oh, but he had to administer and maneuver his teams to get the people he wanted. Isn't that what you want? Isn't that what your star player supposed to do anyway?
Yeah, what's the problem with
Isn't that your star player supposed to do anyway? So you mean to tell me that you always say, oh, when the Lakers made a move for Pau Gasol, right? You think Kobe didn't have a say in that?
No, he had the ultimate say. He said, if I don't get him, I'm leaving. That's literally what he said.
But they don't talk about that. When Shaq was there the first time, right? When Shaq left, Kobe didn't win no rings. He went to the finals twice. Twice in that span, lost one. Then lost both of them, yeah. It wasn't until Pau Gasol came in 2008 when they made it to the finals. They didn't make the he wasn't.
He made the playoffs, not finals.
He made the playoffs, yeah.
He made it once.
And
blew a 3-1 lead.
And lost to the Pistons.
That's nice.
No, I'm talking about the Pistons in 2004. They lost.
You said after Shaq.
You're right. I'm so sorry.
I was like after Shaq.
Yeah, after Shaq. Yeah, I'm sorry. I keep messing this up.
Yeah, he missed the playoffs that final year, 2005, He made it and
exactly.
To the Suns.
when Shaq left, Kobe was about to leave. It wasn't until Pau Gasol came in and he decided to stay. But no one wants to talk about that. Didn't Jordan? This became with Jordan too. He had all them rings. He needed Pippen and he needed Rodman for them to win rings, right? We had to win the rings, right? Before Pippen got there, first round, nothing done. No one wants to talk about that. No one wants to talk about 1995 when he came back after his retirement and they lost in the second round. No one talks about that. He played 19 games. He played 19 games. He wasn't enough for the jail. But the year before, they won 55 games without him when he wasn't there. Pippen was MVP caliber player.
And they got robbed.
Because he got robbed, yeah. But when he came back, I thought he was the GOAT. He's the GOAT. And they lost to Shaq and the Magic in the second round. So
there's a reason why they lost that. They had under with Jordan.
I understand that, but the narrative saying that.
No. You're using dumbass logic. I know.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. They don't even mention. Oh yeah, LeBron goes to another team and they improve drastically. Jordan goes to Washington. They can barely win 30 games. So
he was like 40 though. But.
Yeah, barely win 30 games. You know what I'm saying? 35 games. What are we doing here? Like, yo, what he has to do. So yeah, I don't want to hear that. Every star player complains something about, yo, we need playmakers around the team. That's the point. That's why they're there. That's why the owner pays them so much money and say, yo, how can we maximize our best player's talent around him? How can we do that? It's not his fault. It's not his fault that he's the most respected player in the league, where he demands playmakers around him. Do you remember that last year in Cleveland? The last year in Cleveland, 2018? Mm-hmm. That Cleveland team was garbage.
It was probably the worst team
he's ever had. And he went to the finals.
Yeah, because he's that great.
He went to the finals. But they say, oh, he had nobody. He has nobody. He need players.
Yeah, everyone does.
Didn't they trade Kyrie Irving in his 2 years left of this deal?
Yeah, because he said so.
Yeah, because he said so. Allegedly, he said so. Allegedly said so, right? Get rid of Kyrie. And
I'm talking about Kyrie. Kyrie said so. He wants to leave.
That's why I think they fired the GM, because it's like, yo, you traded him in 2 years in the deal, 2 years left on this deal, which is dumb. And did you go to the finals with those 2 years too, Kyrie?
Just once.
Yeah.
He left right after they lost to the Justice League.
Yeah. So what are you saying?
Yeah, the only time he didn't go to the finals was when he got hurt. And then the year after that.
Oh, you wish they were number 4 from the West into Christmas Day when they beat the Warriors.
They beat the hell out of my team, yeah.
Beat the hell out of them, and he got hurt after that. And then they might be 4th in the West, but LeBron can't do nothing in the West. LeBron can't be did in the West. He said, "Oh, he was in the Eastern Conference, the bum at Eastern Conference. Ooh, that's nothing."
You know who else is in the Eastern Conference? Giannis. And what did he do? Get his ass bumped.
Yeah.
But nobody talks about that.
Yeah, no talk about that either. Just stop it. Like, come on, just stop it. Like, it was getting old now. It's getting old now. Like, you hating on LeBron for what? Like, what's the point of hating on this man? Besides what? Oh, that he's people call him the bum. Does he complain about? Does he complain? Yes, he complains a lot. Yes, we know that.
Yeah, like everybody else, like Harden, like Chris Paul.
Yeah, I'm saying nothing about KD when he complains. He complains like a little girl when he was in Golden State, complaining that why Draymond Green was pressing him. He wasn't getting the same love that Steph was getting in there because you can see the ball. Like, do you? Kyrie said it. Y'all say nothing about it. Well, I say about Kyrie. I call him out. He did the same too, talking about the complaining about everything and wanting to be the man. Y'all say nothing about Kyrie, but I do though. But still, you know what I'm saying? Leave LeBron alone, yo. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Why hate on a guy who's literally never been part of a scandal? Go back to his 17, 18-year career and tell me when he's part of a scandal.
Never.
All right. Jordan was.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan was a gambleaholic.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. He went through some scandals, but they love him. Kobe's been in some scandals. They love him. Peyton Manning's been in scandals. Still love him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. They hate Brady though.
I never understood that either. I never understood that, but this nigga know that.
But yeah, you know, I don't get it. The guy never been. He's a model citizen. Does he have views that people don't agree with? Everybody. That's why politics is garbage. Now he talking about politics. Literally, is that and religion are the two things in this planet that drives people apart the most. Mm-hmm. Politics and religion. That's all I like to talk about. Don't talk about that in front of me. So, and he has his views, and I don't really care. That has nothing to do with basketball. So that's not a reason to hate someone. At least not hate someone in the sports world. So whatever. He's never done anything, from what we know, never done anything wrong. He plays very good basketball, very enjoyable, very entertaining basketball. It's to the point where if he doesn't play, people don't watch.
And the NBA knows this.
Yes.
The NBA knows this.
I don't like. What's the problem with him? Like, everywhere he goes, he makes it better. You know the absolute dog crap mess that the Lakers was before he signed over there? Do you guys remember?
That Lonzo Ball and his daddy.
That was the better. I'm talking about even before that. Oh. When their best players was what? A 38-year-old Luol Deng. They signed for like $70 million when he was washed as all hell. Timothy Mozgov because he had a fake ass good finals. Like you talking about though with Jim Buss, the not good Buss.
Mitch Kupchak was the GM.
Yes, that dumpster fire.
Oh yeah, when Jeremy Lin was in the starting lineup of the Lakers.
Right. Like, what is all this? Wesley Johnson, like all these whack people. Like what is this garbage? When Nick Young was starting,
Swaggy P.
That was a sad time. To the point, I'll never forget this. When they were celebrating like crazy over one meaningless ass win, and Kobe was at, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel, and they showed him the footage of how they were acting at the post game conference.
And I remember that. And
Kobe was just speechless. He was just like this, looking at the screen, motionless for like 5 minutes. I'll never forget that. I died laughing. Cause I know everybody know Kobe. Like, that would have never happened if he was there.
Nah.
If he was sitting there and like he was hurt.
He would have barked on all of them.
Yeah.
Yo, you know how he is.
You would have called them all types of B's and losers and pieces of garbage. Are you happy over this? Over the last win? We're 20-something to like 60. What the fuck wrong with you? He would have been going crazy. But yeah, that's how bad that Lakers franchise was before LeBron got there. When he got there, they were, like you said, a top 4 seed in the West before he hurt his groin. That's what happens. Now you want to go back to the Cleveland Cavaliers the second time? The second stint when they were with non-leader, can't do nothing but shoot and dribble Kyrie.
And cry.
Yeah, and all they won 20 to 30 games only, he couldn't do a damn thing. LeBron gets there And then what happened is they go to the finals.
4 years in a row.
I mean, they did add Kevin Love also, but how big of an impact player Kevin Love is, you tell me. Not really much, is he? So don't tell me, oh yeah, Kevin Love too. So
no.
And
Kevin Love got hurt in the first round.
Oh yeah, he got Chris Benoit for
against the Celtics in the first round.
Yeah, so
but it didn't matter because they went to the finals anyway. And if Kyrie Irving doesn't get hurt, then they win the finals.
They arguably win. I'm biased, so I'm not gonna say they're gonna win, but there would have been a 7-game series. It would have been great.
They would at least have 2 out of 2 rings in there. At least 2 out of 4. At least 2 out of 4.
Maybe it would change a lot of things. I'm not sure, but that has nothing to do with this. But
yeah.
So so that happens. Miami was either not making playoffs at all or was going one and dones before LeBron gets there. They were garbage. After they won their title, they were garbage franchise for those few years. And then we don't have to talk about Cleveland the first time, where people probably question why they were a franchise to begin with.
We have Eric Snow, Ilgauskas, Anderson Varejao. If Mo Williams is the second best player on that team, probably.
And he came at the late part of his run. He was there at first. Antoine
Jameson.
There's just whack people, and they gave up good people too. Like Carlos Boozer was there.
J.J. Hickson.
And they got rid of Carlos Boozer, and he was not that bad a player either. But they got rid of him too before he got decent.
Carlos Loser. I call him Carlos Loser. I mean, after he left Utah and Chicago, he's a loser.
Yeah, after Utah, he wasn't all that. I like Carlos Boozer though.
Yeah,
but he was there, and they didn't feel like developing him, and he became a decent player in Utah and Chicago. This is what happens. This is the franchise we're talking about that I don't want to say fixed, but he was a nice band-aid to what their wound is. Like, this is the guy that you hate. Why do you hate him? Why?
And Cleveland fans, especially Cleveland fans, I don't get y'all confuse me. Now I understand when he left the first time that pissed y'all off. I get it. The way he did it was messed up. Even though you should blame your Dan Gilbert because you didn't have a team around him and you had a chance to get Amari Stoudemire to Cleveland that year in 2010 and you did not. You was like, nah, we're not gonna do it, and he ended up leaving. And then Delonte West, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story. But come on, how do you hate a man that was so important to not only the fan base, to the city, your economy? When he left the first time, your economy was crap. People went out of business because LeBron wasn't there anymore. And seriously, you look it up.
No, it makes sense because where was the revenue coming from? He made money.
Where was the revenue coming from? The Indians in 2007? In 2007, they choked a 3-1 lead to the Sox. The Browns? The Browns? And mind you, Cleveland's a football town. Town.
But yeah.
It's a football town.
I know it is. No, you're right. I just don't understand why.
It's a football town. And the revenue's going. I hate him for that. Okay, I hate him for that. He comes back. I love him again. He brings y'all a championship. The first championship in Cleveland City, the city of Cleveland, 50 at the time for 50 years. You wasn't getting nothing from the Browns. You wasn't getting nothing from the Indians. Mind you, by the way, if the Cavaliers didn't win that championship against the Warriors in 2016, the Indians choked a 3-1 lead too against the Cubs. Remember them? Remember them? So yeah, besides, you should be thanking LeBron. You should thank LeBron. We thank you for bringing us a championship, because if it wasn't for you, we would be the same miserable factory of sadness called Cleveland. You think Luol Deng was joking when people said he made on this Cleveland rant saying, "You think Cleveland's cool? You think Cleveland's cool? Who the hell goes and tells their friends, hey, I'm going to Cleveland on vacation? Really?
Yeah, this is a waste of time.
Yes,
talking about this bullshit city. But it's just. Look, the fact of the matter is, there's no reason to hate on this dude at all. This is the same dude that opened a school. Who does that?
Who hates on opening schools?
He opened a school. I promise school. This is the same school that's going to give scholarships to kids to go to college. How do you hate on a guy who made that? It's talking about, this is a dude who's so rich, but he's actually making a difference with his money, though. It's not like he's wasting away with it like a lot of other athletes that y'all love. No, he's making a difference. This is the guy you hate.
I don't get it.
Yeah, this society is wonderful. It's ridiculous.
It is.
He just got for what?
Stay classy, Cleveland, because
I'm talking about everybody.
Yeah, I'm talking in general. It just don't make no sense, especially with these Jordan narratives. It doesn't make any sense. If you like Jordan, fine, like Jordan. Like Kobe, fine. but you cannot dismiss LeBron James's legacy, LeBron James's greatness. He is done for the league. Let's be real. When LeBron inevitably retires from the NBA, you think the NBA ratings is a problem now? When LeBron retires, you're gonna wish he was back.
They need to find that
Stop
next
it.
guy. I think Luka could probably fit those shoes though, but they need to find the next guy, the next box office guy.
But exactly, it's like, you know, it's like,
look,
you don't have, listen, when LeBron's going, that's it. He's gone.
Yeah, I appreciate him.
He's so polarizing.
He is.
He's a polarizing figure.
He's arguably the biggest polarizing figure in sports. You
Yes.
could argue history.
Yes.
You either love or hate him. There's no in between. Like, you will
love,
never hear the words, I don't care about LeBron.
If you love LeBron, you're going to watch every single game. If you hate LeBron, you're going to watch every single game to make sure he loses. The point is, the NBA got what they wanted. People are watching. They're watching. Now LeBron's gone. There's not going to be a lot of people watching.
So, no.
They did the same thing with Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan left finally. No, the ratings went down. Come on, it's true. You gotta wait another 10 years or so for the next transcending player to carry the league on this mantle. You know what I'm saying? It's what it is.
Okay, so yeah, stop. Just look, if you want to hate him, do what you want. I don't really care. You can waste your time and continue to be stupid. Do it. Go ahead, whatever. But another thing that is bothering me is this damn GOAT thing. I really don't like talking about this GOAT thing because it's the most subjective thing that's ever existed in the face of the earth. This is an argument that will never end because it's too opinion based. It's to the point where I'm pretty sure in 10 years, LeBron and Michael Jordan will play golfing and they're going to laugh at us about this. Mm-hmm. Mind you, Jordan is probably the most competitive guy you ever know. And I'm pretty sure he doesn't give a shit about this either. Like, who cares? They don't care. Like, stop. Like, all you see, who's the GOAT? And it's after LeBron usually wins or loses the finals when this always comes up at his biggest. He's the GOAT. No, he's not the GOAT. Or see, he lost. He's not the GOAT. So, shut up.
Especially Stephen A. Smith. Stephen A. Smith be on the sack, man. That don't make no sense. Now all of a sudden,
Jesus.
Now all of a sudden that he's not the greatest of all time because we did. But meanwhile, you just be, you know what?
Look, it is what it is. This is dumb. Let's just move on. I'm sick of this.
I'm sick of this. Next.
But it's the finals I actually enjoy for the most part. It wasn't bad.
Yes.
All right. The bubble. How do you think about the bubble? Now that the bubble's finally over, what do you think about it?
It helped. They finished the season, even though it was unprecedented, and even though that a lot of the players was against it, but you know, is what it is. That's a whole other story too. But overall, it definitely served its purpose. It was the standard for the other sports that should have followed.
Should have is a good word.
Yeah, should have followed.
NFL.
The NHL, and the NBA was absolutely magnificent regarding their bubble and how they finished their playoffs. Baseball finally got together, and they have a bubble for their postseason, which has worked tremendously. Football has yet to get it right. And I think eventually they'll follow suit, but how they're going to do it that's to say the least. But the bubble helped, it works, and we're not even sure if this pandemic is going to be finished by the time the new season starts. So this may be the new norm for now until they invite fans back into the stadium, into the arenas. But it helped. It definitely worked. I can't even say it didn't work. It worked. So good kudos to the NBA for taking a chance, a very big chance too. Because if this would have failed, which was a good chance that anything could have happened where it failed, and it's like, damn, what do we do now? But they stuck to it, and it worked. It worked. They did a really good job as far as safety precautions. Like Daniel House want to go, do some dumbness and have people come into the bubble and they kick them out. Lou Williams is lucky that he wasn't out for the playoffs for doing that stupid stunt. Might as well because he was useless. And they did a good job, and kudos.
I thought the quality of basketball was actually pretty good, to be honest. I mean, the refs wasn't. The refs suck like always. Every sport, the refs are garbage. But I thought the quality was good. It was nice pace for the most part. I think people like the players and the coaches, I don't know if them hearing each other across the court helped them make more adjustments or whatever, but I thought it was pretty fun to watch. I feel like the players liked it, but I think what they hated is just the fact they're being closed into one space. So that's why if anybody calls us an asterisk, you're a stupid ass. Like, to be 100% honest. Because I don't think you would understand how vexing this had to be for those guys in the mind. This had to be the strongest mental preparation that you can think about in order to get this done. And the fact that these players actually went out there for 3 or 4 months without seeing, well, they went for 2 to 3 months without seeing their families, because I think they were allowed, the second round, something like that.
Yeah.
Families were allowed to come in. To without seeing them, so seeing those kids, like they had to go through a lot to get this done. And I respect and I appreciate each and every one of them for getting that done. And even moving through with, with the Milwaukee shooting and all that they almost stopped the bubble entirely for. The fact that they were able to get it done really, it means a lot. The quality of basketball that was really good, showed a lot. But I know the players don't want to do this crap again. We don't want it. There's a lot of moments that happen in this bubble that we really wished there were fans there for, like the Lucas shot. The Clippers completely blowing it. I would love to hear the silence at Staples Center when they choked that 3-1.
The AD shot heard around the world.
Yeah, the AD shot was at Denver.
Yeah, Denver.
Yeah, Denver. The Miami finishes, especially the Miami finish, I believe in game 5, that would have been at Staples though. But it still would have been cool. The Miami win that game 3. That would have been at Miami. Would have been cool.
The Miami, how the Boston Garden would have been completely stunned with the Adiato block in game 1.
Yeah,
that would have been stunned. Like literally,
the OG Anunoby shot.
Oh, on God! Ooh. In Toronto, that would have been in Toronto.
OG Anunoby shot. The silence of Milwaukee when Miami was spanking them up and down the place. There's a lot of stuff. Houston, James Harden's block.
Yeah.
That would have been at Houston's game 7. James Harden's block.
It would have been great.
It would have been so cool. This playoffs would have been so cool if all this happened in front of fans. But it is what it is. I don't know when basketball's going to start up again. I think they're waiting to see if they can get fans in the stadiums to get it going that way. But I don't know when it's going to start. I have a clue.
I don't think so.
I don't think they know when it's going to start.
They talked about January, and that's being nice.
I don't think it's going to
probably MLK Day. They probably aim for MLK Day, which makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. It does make sense.
If you want to make it MLK Day, that's perfect. You want to make it. Other Christmas would be Christmas Day, but I think it's not going to happen. But MLK Day seems like the perfect premiere day to start.
That's 3 months from now.
It can be done. It's just
it's up to them. I really think they're going to try to get fans in that place because they need that revenue.
Yeah.
So I think if they have to milk it longer, I think they'll do that.
And honestly speaking, this was a very eventful summer for sports in general. You had literally 3. Normally, you would have baseball by itself, but now you had baseball, hockey, basketball.
Yeah, August. Yeah.
I know August. So you're a sports fan. This was great for you. This was great for you. And then you had football coming up. Literally, you had at one point in September, we had all 4 sports at the same time.
Yeah, that was stressful for us. Fun, but stressful. Oh, man.
But yeah, it was good.
So let's go through the odds of next year's finals before we end the show. Okay. This is a really good show. I know you guys are waiting for basketball. Surprisingly enough, did you know that we get a lot more attention for basketball than football?
Really?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so support us more. We gave you our shout outs. Anyway, so the odds for everyone here. The Lakers are favored. Obviously, they're defending champs.
Clearly, yeah.
They're like 7-2 odds. I don't know what any of these numbers mean, so I'm just going to say them. They're plus 350. I don't know what that means. Maybe I know. I don't know.
I think it's plus 350. I think it's to bet win $100. You got to bet $350 to get $100.
The Clippers are our second favorite, which is the most dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. They're 4-1 odds.
4-1 odds, really?
Yeah, they're. The Milwaukee Bucks for some reason are third. They're 13-2 odds. I don't really understand that either. This is coming from Vegas Insider, by the way. So I don't know if this is credible or not. Boston Celtics are the 4th at 12-1 odds.
4th?
Yeah.
That's no. I think Vegas won it. They were really confident Boston going to the finals this year, so they're really confident in that, but they fallen flat. I guess that makes sense. So
Golden State
at 5th.
Yeah.
Well, how can you not say that? It makes most sense.
At 12-1 odds too. The Brooklyn Nets at 14-1 odds. Guess they're really banking on Durant, Kyrie to do something.
Don't worry. but they're gonna be bad because they're not. I was talking to a friend earlier. I said, "Yo," I talked to a friend earlier in my job earlier. I said, "Yo, listen, you can talk about KD and Kyrie already won. They are not winning a championship together. It's not gonna happen. They lucky to make it out of the East. You'd be lucky to do that."
And the defending Eastern Conference champions, Miami Heat, right after that.
Okay.
At 14-1 odds, so I'll stop there. Yeah, that Brooklyn thing, I can't wait to talk about that.
I can't wait either.
I'm just waiting for more things to pop up.
I can't wait either.
Anything, I know he's gonna go crazy.
Anything to bash that
yes,
that guy.
Let's finish.
I will.
Let's finish.
Yes. That being said, so
there's your NBA episode.
This is your NBA episode.
45 minutes. That's a good juicy 45 minutes.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe. We're on iTunes, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartradio, Google Play Radio, Stitcher Play Radio, and Podcast-SDP on Twitter. We got a Facebook group. Check us out on the Facebook group. Hit us up, no matter what. And we got a Instagram at sports.zpodcast.com. I'm sorry. Sports.zpodcast on Instagram. And that's it.
Good job. Congratulations, Lakers Nation. There you go, Kobe. They did it for you. There you go. I mean, they didn't want to do it in your jersey for some reason, but whatever. That's a different issue. But freaking Morris and Danny Green, Jesus Christ. But congratulations, Lakers fans. You guys, 10 years you had to wait for this. Congratulations, y'all deserve it after the crap that y'all been through the last 10 years. So good, congrats, good job, y'all did it. Hopefully you won't do it again. That all said.